I'll just follow Johnny, I think. All right, hello, and good day to everyone. Welcome back to the Pez Pork Show. Today we have a special guest, Mr. Arthur Batch. Hello, Arthur. Nice to see you here today.
Evening all. Hope you're all well.
Yeah. It's a great day to have you here. We're really excited about today's show. And, of course, we have our host, Pez. Hello, Pez. How are you today?
I'm not too bad, mate. I'm not too bad. Happy to be back for the week 2.
Yeah, it looks like it's a bit chilly over there.
No, I'm just tired. So
now you got the little sweatshirt going and in the hoodie. No Guinness today.
No, not tonight. Not tonight.
Not tonight. I think today I might be dipping into this. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. I might be dipping into a little. It won't show on the. Anyway, apologies for that to the audience. Anyway, Patch, it looks like you were out at work today, or maybe you were. Are you doing bachelorette parties?
No, not today. I'm actually at work. I'm on the night shift.
That's what they all say to the wife, Arthur.
Oh, trust me. I don't want to upset that one.
Getting a little extra money for Christmas, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway.
I wish.
Johnny has breaking news, as you can see. The first trade in Orkney Bowl history. So we will start with this breaking news. It's not in my league, unfortunately. So let's see what it is. Dun, 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 dun. It is between the Portland Lumberjacks and the Whitworth Educators, as you can see. The Portland Lumberjacks have sent Michael Pittman, the annual disappointment, to the Whitworth Educators for Roshan Johnson, Nico Collins, and Joshua Kelly. So, Pez, what are you thinking about this trade?
It doesn't make sense. Like, it does. Portland Lumberjacks, to me, looks like he's obviously he'd have to drop 2 other players, but with Eckler being out this game week, Pittman had a good first week, but I don't know. It's an hard one. He disappears, doesn't he? So it's like he might have had a good week, but he could be nowhere to be seen. And Joshua Downs could have an absolute monster game this week. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, this one.
Yeah, I'm with Pez on this, Arthur. To be honest, Nico Collins doesn't seem to be showing up on many rosters in my 27 leagues. As Pez said, he has to be dropping 2 players. What's your thought on this?
That's a lot of players just for Michael Pittman now. That's, it's a weird trade. I know Nico Collins and Josh Kelly and Roshan Johnson are not exactly world beaters, but at the same time, that's 3 players. It's a big amount, if you get me.
But
yeah,
Roshan,
go ahead, Pez.
Sorry, Kelly. I was just going to say, Roshan Johnson looked like the best runner out of the 3 for the Bears last week. Joshua Kelly had a good first week. He's now got the second week all to himself to try and prove what he can actually do. And Nico Collins looked like the number 1 receiver for Stroud. Like, it don't make sense. Don't make sense what the Whitworth Educators is actually seeing, what he's getting from that deal. You'd have to look at the rest of his team, because it looks like he's just giving away.
Yeah, that's what
he's just giving away so much.
I'm with you on that, Pez. Having perhaps some knowledge on the roster would help us determine who the true winner. I like Joshua Kelly here. I think perhaps Eckler might be having a injury-riddled season. I think Joshua Kelly is there to step up and put the ball in the end zone. I'm not getting the Nico Collins part of it. Roshan Johnson, to be honest, I always get him confused with the Kansas City receiver. That's just my crazy way of thinking. But I was a huge Pittman fan a few years ago. So, Pez, winner or loser, who are you going to give it to?
I've really got to say Portland Lumberjacks, because he's got the 3 plays, but all 3 of them at this early stage of the fantasy, they look like they could have like a decent impact.
Okay.
Oh,
so
one minute.
Winner here from
Well,
Pez.
Portland, but one minute, Kelly, because Johnny's just put in there saying that Portland received Pittman. It looks like they're giving.
Oh, so the Portland are the big losers here. Whitworth Educators.
Yeah.
I am misunderstanding the graphic here. The same with you. So
looking at the colours now. So
yeah, have received Michael Pittman, and the Whitworth Educators have received the arrows.
Yeah.
I apologize to the audience. It's my lead-in that confused everyone, I'm sure. So the Portland Lumberjacks have received Michael Pittman. Me personally, I would give the winning tag to the Pittman side, even though I do love Joshua Kelly, but it's a bit early to determine his value. So Pez, who is the winner?
I'd say the Whitworth Educators.
Oh, wow. Okay. Batch, who do you have as the winner here?
Oh, the Educators.
Educators. So I'm out on my own. My own. That's all right. That's the way I like it. Yeah. All right. But by the way, I think my record in most of my fantasy leagues prove that I like to be out on my own. All right. So let's go to the next segment here. And we have buying or selling. So this would be a quick little segment here that we're going to pop up a few players and we're going to give our opinion. Are you going to buy this player? Or are you going to try and sell this player? And the first one, as you can see, is Jordan Love. Batch, what are you thinking here? Are you going to buy or sell Jordan Love?
It's a tough one, but I think I'd probably sell.
3 TDs. First player this season to have 3 TDs.
Yeah, but he was against an awful side.
Well, wait.
You know,
Bears were a wild card team this season.
I genuinely think the Bears are. Well, you got Fields. Yeah, there's a lot that can be said about the Bears. But the Packers have been owning the Bears for years, so he would have stepped up his game. But I think I'd sell Jordan Love.
Oh no, you're breaking Craig's heart right now. Pez, what are you thinking? Is Batch crazy or is he talking sense?
No, I'm going to say I'm buying it. I don't agree with him personally.
Yeah, I just traded Deshaun Watson for Jordan Love in another league.
All right, you leave Deshaun alone.
leave Watson alone. Is that what you
said? I'm a big fan of Watson. I'm a Browns fan, so obviously Watson's my guy.
Yeah, times like this makes me happy I'm not a Browns fan. And nope. It's okay.
Why? The BL looks decent.
Yeah. I was a Watson fan a few years ago. These days, I'm
to
not
be fair,
so much.
Watson.
Till he got a little bit handsy. Is that what we're trying to say,
Yeah.
Kelly? Until he got a little bit handsy.
The wrong person in the massage parlor got me, shall we say. But for me,
Wow.
I'm buying every day on Jordan Love right now. I would be buying, especially if the price is right. I
get it.
I think the Packers have the QB situation that the whole league should model. You buy them when they're first round, you sit them, and you let them learn, and then you put them out when they've matured in the NFL. And I think this will be QB number 3 in a row that will be an All-Pro. My opinion.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, and I think this week it's going to be hard because all them kind of people who are a bit on the fence with him, they're not going to learn much else because they're playing the Falcons this week, and like from a betting point of view, like over in the UK from a betting point of view, the money you can get for the Packers at the moment is ridiculous. Like last week, you could have got a ridiculous price on them to win the game. This week, you can get a ridiculous price to win on the game. Like I don't understand this over expectation and hype for the Falcons at the moment. I don't see it. So if you're on the fence with Jordan Love, I wouldn't probably look too much into this game because he's probably going to have another 3 touchdowns and look really solid against a team. I don't think that's good. So I think it's 2 weeks of wait and see. We need him to come up against a proper opponent yet, but from what I've seen, he looks really solid.
The Falcons are my surprise team. Go ahead, Batch.
It's very difficult to judge Jordan Love at the moment because I think Bears are not the greatest team, and I think you're right on the Falcons. The Falcons again are not an amazing team, so it's a 2 week wait and see. I'll give you that. It's a difficult one though, and with regards to.
Sorry, Batch.
With regards to the betting situation, no, it's no problem. With regards to betting, I don't look into betting, unfortunately, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But their first 2 fixtures, I would say, would have been easy fixtures, really.
I agree.
I think Falcons.
The Falcons are my surprise playoff team, division winner. Somebody has to win that division. So I think they're going to put up a bit of a challenge. But, I wish I could. I'm with Arthur, by the way. I can't follow the gambling side of sports. My wife doesn't allow me to have money to do that. So I'm with you. So let's see who we buying or selling next, Johnny. Tutu Atwell. All right. I really excited to hear. Pez, you got your hands up. What do you got here?
Can I start with this one? Because I need people to chill out. I need just anyone who's listening right now, please chill. Like, chill out with the Tutu Atwell and the Puka Nakua, because on our list I can see he's coming up next.
Not quite yet, Pez.
Right? But fine, if Tutu Atwell, anyone who isn't a Seahawks fan, last year he burnt us because I am a Seahawks fan. It was a really fun first week for me. Don't get overexcited about him because we have a really good knack of making shite wide receivers look really, really good. So all these people who use fab in their leagues and stuff, I apologize because what the Niners are going to do to this team this week, you're going to realize quickly, I probably shouldn't have spent that much money on these wide receivers. That's all I've got to say. Sell. I wouldn't waste your money.
Yeah, he's second round pick, Batch. Second round pick in 2021. They've been grooming him to replace Cooper Kupp. What are you thinking? Is it a buy or a sell for you?
A sell. I do agree with Pez that the Niners are going to absolutely destroy him and show that he was just looked good against the Seahawks, but that's about it. Niners are one of the best teams.
The two of you, again, are tearing up two of my playoff predictions. I think the Rams are going to have they're going to stand up, and they're going to show themselves. I'm not predicting the Rams to win, but I think it will be a good game. I'm on the fence with Tutu. At this time, I would sell. I am with Pez and Arthur on this. Who do we have next, Johnny? Puka Nakua, out of nowhere, which I love this guy. I just love his name alone. Batch, are you buying or selling Puka?
Selling.
Selling? Oh, no. Who you selling first? Who or Puka?
I can't remember the pronunciation of the last one, but him first and then Puka.
Atwell. So you would sell Atwell first. So you think Puka is the one to keep of the two Rams receivers?
Yeah.
All right, Pez, what are you thinking? Is Batch right? You keep Puka first, sell Atwell, and he says you sell them both. Are you buying or selling?
The issue is for me is Puka looked good. Like Tutu's just quick. Tutu's quick. The thing with the Seahawks is what we do is like Van Jefferson and Higbee hardly did anything that game, but we just don't adjust. The Niners aren't going to do that. Puka looked really solid in his route running, his hands, everything. He looked the more you looked at him and thought, all right, there could be a path for him to have success. But one thing what people need to watch out for is, but if Stafford makes it through the 49ers game without getting destroyed and injured, he might have a good chance. But I feel, again, I just don't think he is. I think he's one big hit away from picking up another serious injury and derailing the whole team. And if that doesn't happen, he might get some production out of him. But I've got to be with Batch. I've got to say, like, I've got no interest in either of them.
Well, again, I am going out on my own as my fantasy team. Again, proves it. I am buying Puka. I will buy Puka in every league. I will not pay $498 FOB out of $500 total for Puka, but I would spend a lot of money for Puka. He is the number one wide receiver, and when Cooper comes back, Cooper Kupp will be number 2. So let's go to the next
That's
guy.
Who do we big got? Statement.
Them beers still at your head there, Kelly, or what?
Hey, this is what happens when you got 3 hours of sleep. Who do we got next, Johnny? Tua Tagovailoa. I hope I did not butcher the name too badly. Are we buying or selling? Hey, I want to get Johnny in on this. Johnny, you have an opinion on this one. Are you buying or selling Tua?
I'd probably buy him, but I would have his backup just in case.
Who is his backup, Johnny?
Mike White, is it?
Mike White, the Jets. I bet the Jets wish they had Mike White right now.
Well, you know, Mike White, with those receivers, might actually do not bad. I mean, so in that system, he might be okay if they can keep him up. But Tua last year was awesome until he got concussion, and he should never have carried on that game. He should have been out right away. Sore bloody back my arse. But yeah, I would buy Tua, but I would make sure I do.
Buying Tua. Batch,
I would make sure I have another a quarterback.
I'm completely with Johnny. A fit Tua is an absolute monster. But unfortunately, his problem is he gets hurt too often. His concussions were quite worrying last season. He shouldn't, as Johnny said, he should never ever have continued that game. But a fit Tua is a monster. Look what him and Tyreek did last week. Disgusting.
Well, I think it was a brilliant display of Tua's talents.
Oh, yeah. By disgusting, that was a positive, by the way.
Yeah, but hey, I'm all down with the British lingo, mate.
Gents, I'm going to have to leave for 5 minutes, but I will be back, I promise.
That's all right, mate. We got you covered. We got Pez. Pez, are you going with Johnny and Arthur on this? I think they're both buying Tua. Are you buying in this game, or are you ready to
100%.
to sell him while he's high?
No. As long as, like Johnny and Batch said, as long as he doesn't take a concussion or anything like that, he's going to be a serious weapon.
So would you say top 5, top 6,
yeah,
top 10?
Top 5. I think they're unstoppable. I genuinely think they're unstoppable, because if you look at it, it's like they go up against one of the best defenses. They try and double Tyreek, then Jalen Waddle's just going to destroy everyone with his speed. And then you try and adjust, and then it just means Tyreek's going to get free and destroy you. And then when A-Chain gets up and running and his speed, no one's going to know what to do with them. I think they could be absolutely monsters if you can stay healthy this year.
I think the most exciting offense in the league right now, even though they don't have a running back to their name worth running, are the Miami Dolphins. I am 100% buying Tua. Anybody that got him after the 7th round, which he was available in almost every draft that I had this year, got to steal a top 5 QB in the 7th round or later. Tua, 100%. I'm all in. I'm buying. Johnny, would you trade Jalen Hurts for Tua?
Yes.
Wow. Pez, would you trade Jalen Hurts for Tua?
Yeah.
Wow. Me too, because I hate the Eagles. Johnny, who do we have next?
Oh, no, I would trade for Hurts if I had Tua, not the other way. I'd rather have
you would trade for Hurts?
Yes.
I'd rather have Tua.
No,
I'd rather have
even though I do hate the Eagles being a Giants fan, I would have Hurts.
I love Waddle. I love Tyreek. He's on his 2,000-yard mission this year. He's going to get it. He's going to have 15 TDs, 2,000 yards. Tua is going to be first-team All-Pro. That's my prediction. And again, I might be out on my own. Let's see.
Jefferson's over 300.
Year-end recap.
Yeah, but then remember Jefferson, he's had 2 games over 150 yards a game too, so it's going to be a
Kirk Cousins, JJ Jets versus Tyreek, the Blazing Hill, and Tua.
Well, I'm not really very happy because I left Cousins on the bench to give Daniel Jones one more game this week, and I'm playing against the team who had the top score, and Cousins scored 41. Cousins scored 41 bloody points.
You never put Cousins on the bench, my man. Cousins
you
always perform.
You do in prime time.
Let loose.
You do in prime time. But yeah,
that's true.
I thought that is true. But yeah, he
will lose in prime time, but he still has the numbers.
Well, that's it. He scored more points than Jalen Hurts last night. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
I do normally play Cousins, but I thought I'd give Jones one more try before he gets stopped. Anyway, we'll go on to the next one.
Yeah. By the way, Kirk Cousins, anyone that picked him, in the round.
I know this was
9, love him. Aaron Rodgers, buying or selling? Well, I think we all know
that was pretty easy. That one, yeah.
In a redraft league, we're selling.
I had a dynasty to sell him, to be honest.
I would have sold him anyway. I don't like the guy. even after his injury, he got me a little bit riled up with his reply, the raw attitude. I love that, Aaron, but I would sell a healthy Aaron. Pez, are you buying or selling a healthy Aaron?
A healthy Aaron. I probably would have bought him. Obviously, we don't know what week one would have brought us, but I probably would have bought him just because he's got like Garrett Wilson and a few other pieces there. What probably would have propped him up for enough fantasy production. So I think he would have definitely been worth buying. I had him on my bench because I wanted to see what he did, but I think there was enough pieces there where he could have been relevant again for fantasy. But we'll never know.
Yeah, we can skip on to the next. There's no need to waste our time on this guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jets fans. Jamar Gibbs, the guy picked in the first round, ready to replace DeAndre Swift that dominated with 30-plus points in every league, I believe, or 25-plus points. I got to say, I was a bit disappointed in his stats, but man, that guy was electric in his runs. In one TD, he had 3 people miss, and it was amazing. It reminded me of Barry Sanders in his prime. Pez, are people going crazy about Jamar Gibbs? Should we buy him or sell him?
From watching him, you want to say buy him because if he can convert that into stats, like for fantasy, it's stats. So as a football player, look really excited. Yeah. But now we need to see whether he can convert that into stats. But for week 2, from what we've seen, you've got to buy him because you've got to believe that he's going to turn what you see on the telly into fantasy, like into production and points for fantasy. So yeah, at this moment in time, you've got to buy him. I don't think there's anyone who could say sell him really.
So Johnny, Pez has dibs on Gibbs. Are you staying afar from Jamar, or are you buying?
Oh,
you're on fire. You're on fire tonight, Kelly. You're on fire tonight.
Like there was one catch he had before they scored a touchdown, and he just totally had the defender going the wrong way. But unfortunately, he slipped and he got caught. But that move, that would have been an easy touchdown if he just stayed on his feet. But he just slipped. So yeah, they've got to give him the ball more because he's such an electric player.
You know, I got to be honest with you. I don't trust any Detroit Lions running back since they forced Barry Sanders into retirement back in the 90s. Not a single one has finished the season healthy and with 1,000 yards, except for somebody that no one can name. I am buying Jamar Gibbs regardless. I'm buying all day, every day, all day. Let's go to the next one.
That is the last one, isn't it?
I think that's it. That is the last one.
Okay, I got one more, but Batch is not here, so I'm gonna change up my last one because Batch is not here. I hope he returns. Pez, I got one for you.
Go on then.
Are you buying or selling
Metcalf?
Well, yeah, I just kind of
buying.
Yeah.
Buying all the way. Oh, here comes Arthur.
I really don't know because he might struggle these next couple of weeks because we've got our both tackles are out, and if anyone saw that second half when them two went down, we were horrendous. But I think you've got to. He always gets the production by the end of the season. He's always there. Like he's always got a steady stream. So, and he's a Seahawks player. So I'm going to be biased and say bye.
Welcome back, Arthur.
Buying Metcalf.
Thank you.
Batch, are you? So we got Gibbs here.
Yeah.
Mr. Gibbs, are you buying or selling Gibbs?
Buying.
Buying. Why? Why is that?
The guy
had like 9 fantasy points. We should put him on the waiver wire tomorrow.
He's got the potential to do big things. Okay, he had a bad game, but if we're judging on one game alone, my fantasy teams were horrendous last week. So personally,
Were they horrendous last week, Batch?
Well, my personal fantasy teams, but for some reason, I don't know why, just points weren't coming, and it was really frustrating.
Well, let me ask you one question. How many Browns do you have on your team?
A couple. Nick Chubb is my main Brown that I like. And
that's the reason why your teams did not suck last week. You got one Browns, and that's Nick Chubb. Keep it that way. You might win.
I've got Njoku.
Although I do like Amari Cooper. I think the Cowboys.
He's questionable now this week.
He's out now.
A lemon last year.
Is he gone to out now? Is he?
You know.
I'm sure I saw it pop up before saying he's not playing.
Oh, I got a notification saying he went to questionable, and then one of the Browns things that I saw said that he pulled a groin at training.
Breaking news. Nick Chubb, you heard it here first, guys.
No, Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper is not playing. Well, okay. Not surprised. Well,
it's
no,
all right.
sorry.
It's a Squealer,
an Iron Man.
You don't need Amari.
You need Amari. What do you got? Donovan People-Jones?
DPJ can catch.
I can catch. I catch everything my son throws to me.
Yeah, but he can run routes as well.
I can run a fly route down the street.
And as Johnny's just pointed out, Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore's going to go up.
There you go. Hey, Pez, are you buying or selling Elijah Moore?
Buying. Love Elijah Moore.
That was my surprise buying or selling, by the way. I was going to ask Batch. Batch, as a Browns fan, are you buying or selling Elijah?
Oh, hell yeah, I'm buying.
How much are you buying? Would you trade a first-round draft pick for Elijah?
Yeah.
I won't go that far.
Anybody in Batch's league, invite me, because I want to trade with Batch right now. All right, let's go to the next segment, Johnny. We're taking too much time here.
Kelly,
yeah, go ahead.
Do you know your DK buy or sell? What you gave me before? Someone popped up in the corner and went, "Sell him. He's a big baby." Just thought I'd give them a little shout out. There he is.
Oh, we have comments.
Joe Hudson, sell my cat, big
comments.
baby.
Hey, welcome, Barrett, I guess, and Joe Hodson. Welcome. Sell Metcalf, the big baby. Hey, I'm a Metcalf fan. I was a Metcalf fan before he was even drafted. I predicted his breakout and Calvin Ridley both. I wanted the Cowboys to draft them both. But anyway, we got Gallup. I think Cowboys won, right? So, defense, spelled with an S or a C. How much or how important is the defense that your player is playing matter to you when picking your starters? For example, Dak Prescott next week playing the Jets. Sauce Gardner. Are you going to sit Dak because he's playing the Jets? Or are you going to play him? And hey, let's leave out the Dak hate. Just an example. Batch, how important is the defense when choosing your players?
Does depend on your backup, but quite important actually. And the Jets' defense, to be fair to them, looked reasonable the other day. So for me, if I had Dak Prescott and Stafford, say, or Garoppolo, I'd put Garoppolo in.
Kirk Cousins?
Let's not talk about Kirk Cousins. He's got the potential. It's weird. I liked his personality on that Netflix program, but at the same time, last week he was awful.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins is an enigma for me. He makes me want to hate him, not for his football skills. I love his football skills, but just who he is as a person sometimes, which is a great guy, family man. But anyway,
Yeah.
This is not the show for that. But
have you seen Quarterback?
I have. I love the man as far as family, but we're not going into those areas. Pez, how important is the defense to you when you want to pick your starting lineup?
I was thinking about this one, and I think it actually does play a part into like my quarterback. If I'm playing like it, I don't know. It depends on what quarterbacks I've got, really.
Well, running backs, I think, are more important, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, running backs is probably the most. Yeah, probably. They probably do weigh in a factor. Like I probably wouldn't play my running back against the Eagles for such with that defensive line, so it's a hard one.
Jalen
Really.
Carter looked good, man. Jalen Carter looked good. I hate what the announcers did to him. They did him dirty in the way they talked about him. And I'm not a Jalen Carter fan. I'm not an Eagles fan, but he looked good.
I'm sure.
Played well.
I'm sure there's a stat showing that he actually wasn't that good, or he wasn't used that much in run defense. But kind of shows that he's clearly not. He's clearly not up there. I saw something on Twitter, so I didn't really look too much into it because I don't, like you said, I'm not an Eagles fan. I don't really give a shit. Yeah. But it weighs in a bit, but it doesn't. The defense as a whole doesn't really stop me putting someone in, but it does weigh in there in my thinking. Like, is that defense going to cause me an issue? But sometimes I just end up saying, "Fuck it, let's just see what happens."
Yeah, I'm with you guys. If it's Pat Mahomes, I'm going to play him every week. I don't care who he's playing. If it's Dak Prescott, as a Cowboys fan, I'm going to sit Dak this week if I got someone that can be, Jordan Love, for example. I'm going to play Jordan Love against the Falcons over Dak this week. All right, Johnny, let's go to the next segment. Lock of the week. Oh, shoot. I did not even look. I'm going to have to go ahead and look at the schedule. What is the lock of the week? For you, Batch, you've already got your lock of the week. Now, lock of the week, by the way, is any team you want that is guaranteed to win no matter the spread.
Cleveland Browns.
I should say you cannot choose your favorite team.
Oh, damn. Give me 2 seconds. I'll look at the schedule quickly.
I'll go with mine. I'm for all my big talk at the start of the live, I'm going with the Packers against the Falcons.
Yeah.
Packers against the Falcons.
Yeah, the Packers are going to win their my lot this week.
All right. Let's see. The Packers are a 1.5 point underdog.
I could have used them as my underdog. Yeah, but I'm being bullish, Kelly. I'm being bullish. I don't need them as an underdog. They're not.
I can't wait to see your next prediction. All right. You know what?
49ers then. If I'm going lock of the week, I'm going 49ers.
49ers.
With Johnny, who, as I've said it, his comment has just popped on my screen.
All right. You know what? I do this just to poke the bear a little bit. I am going to go 100% lock of the week is going to be the Detroit Lions over the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, you can see Pez shaking his head.
the week. Let's go to the underdog of the week.
You have that energy next week, Kelly, because if we win, you better be ready. You better just don't turn up.
I'm all for it, Pez. You bring it, bro. You bring it. I'm ready for it. Hey, Pez, who's your underdog of the week? The Seahawks? Can't choose your favorite team, my man. Who's your underdog of the week?
I've just lost him now. I was going to go for one, but I feel like I just feel like being a bit of a knob here because you did it to me. I can't do it though. I can't.
You can't do it.
I can't say the Jets. I can't do it. I'm going to go the Jags. The Jags against the Chiefs.
The Jack. Whoa!
Whoa!
That's a big one. The Jags are the underdog of the week. I love it. Batch, who you got as your underdog of the week?
Well, I'd like to see the Bears do well against the Bucks, because the Bears, like I said earlier, the Bears were absolutely atrocious at points last week. But Bucks, obviously, they've got a very divisive quarterback amongst Browns fans. They've got Baker. And
I'm a bigger guy. I like him. You know, I think he's a very capable QB. Able to lead a team.
Yeah,
But
he
not
was very
driving.
divisive. Whilst he was on the Browns, I was very supportive of him. I wanted to give him the chance, but then he also played through a rotator cuff. But there are a lot who absolutely despised Baker, and they love to give it crap. But the Bears are my underdog of the week, though, this week.
Batch, I'm going to kill you here. Yesterday, about 8 hours ago, I traded Deshaun Watson for Jordan Love. And it's the best trade of the year I made, 100%. And my underdog of the week is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers. My division winner is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm going to take them with 2.5 points over the Cleveland Browns. Let's go to the next pick.
What?
Game prediction on Sunday Night Football: the Miami Dolphins versus the New England Patriots.
We're gonna.
He's taking shots at everyone.
Oh, I know.
Are
you've not gone to sleep, have you, Kelly? You've been drinking all night.
Arthur?
Say again, sorry.
Are you taking the Dolphins with Tua? Are you taking Matt Crybaby and the Pats?
Dolphins and Tua every day of the week.
Oh, yes. 100%. Pez.
Yep, Dolphins all day.
By the way, Johnny,
also the Pats are my non-divisional team that I dislike, if that makes sense.
Johnny, what's your pick here?
Joe, have you been drinking?
We need to get Joe on the.
Johnny,
we need to get Joe on this live. He's,
Johnny, are you drinking tonight? Where are you? Johnny's
gone Dolphins.
I'm going Dolphins. By the way, Johnny, we gotta revisit our previous week's predictions because I think last week everyone picked the Giants, even me. And by the way,
I feel sorry for all you Lions fans who are listening. Kelly is
my Cowboys.
You're a disgrace, Kelly. You're a disgrace.
I am a disgrace. I am. I should be removed from the list of Cowboys fans. 100%.
You should be. You should be disbanded.
Just can no longer even say the name. Dak. All right, let's go to the last segment, which is, I believe, the time to say goodbye. Batch, I hope you had a good time today.
I'm sorry that I rushed out for a couple bits, but work.
That's all right. We didn't miss you.
Thank you.
I'm joking, my man. We did.
By the way,
we had to have money talk, and you know how that works out.
Kelly, I'm sorry. I really like you, but you have insulted me after you said the Steelers to win the division.
Hey,
if anyone, apart from the Browns, it'll be Cincy, but because Joe Burrow does improve throughout the season. But
I think
Browns are
that
going to win it
division
anyway.
is going to be perhaps the craziest division of the year. You have the Browns that I still don't buy them as being one team quite yet. They seem to be off kilter. I don't know if it's coaching or the players, and they're missing Amari next week. Deshaun, I think he's lost it. He's not there. Bengals, Burrow will be fine. I'm not worried.
I agree with you on Burrow.
But the Steelers, Tomlin, he's never had a losing season. That man has his team ready. 17 years, never a losing season.
Did you see them in week
Steelers
1?
last week?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, that was against the Niners, which most people believe is a top 5 team. I mean, they are going to embarrass a lot of teams this year.
But did you see Brown's defense last week, by the way?
Garrett is awesome. Garrett is awesome.
Oh, Miles. Miles and Nick Chubb. What more do you need?
Chubster. Everyone loves the Chubster. They got rid of Hunt. What do you think, Pez? Are the Browns for real?
The defense looked good. I feel like it's so hard because of the rain. The game was so hard to see because, Deshaun did some really nice things. He showed some of his old form with getting out of the pocket, running, using his legs. Did a few nice passes. Were the ones that were really horrible? Was that because of the rain? We'll find again. We're going to find these questions out this week, but there was things I liked in that. But in that division, I think the biggest warning in that division for me is Lamar Jackson. I don't know if it's just. Okay. I don't know if he's done.
Let me paint a picture.
Go on, then.
Okay.
Go on.
2022 was Deshaun Watson's senior year at university. He's picked in the first round. The Browns put him in the first game to start. And that's what you see with last year's resume as a senior and his first game as a Brown. Are you going to buy Deshaun Watson and the Browns? Or are you going to say they made a mistake and got rid of Baker? The Patch, what are you thinking, my man? I know what you're thinking. You told me you like Baker.
I like Baker. I do like Baker. But I see what Deshaun can bring difference to the party. And
you haven't. You saw what he did in Houston. He has done
but
nothing
as Pez pointed out, also, he did some very good things. Moving his legs, he threw a couple decent passes. And you never know, it could have just been the rain. And I was watching...
Let me just jump in here. Sorry, Batch. Let me jump in here because the thing what people need to do with Deshaun Watson moving forward is they need to get over what's happened in real life because we play fantasy. It's called fantasy for a reason. It's fake. It doesn't matter if he touched up 25 women in real life. It really doesn't. We play a made-up game, and when he was last in the NFL properly, he was a top five quarterback.
Top five. Definitely. 100%.
That's what we're looking at here. Let's not get the lines all miscued here. We're looking for points in production.
6 games last
year?
Was
that? Yeah, last year's a write-off. He looks in that one game alone. He looks a lot better than last year as a whole. So, I just think people in that division, even though I agree with Johnny, the Ravens could beat the Bengals this week, but the thing that will let him down will be Lamar Jackson. He's a massive question mark when it comes to fantasy football for me.
Well, I think
I just don't know if he's got it anymore.
Lamar has Andrews.
He's a running back quarterback, but he's very injury prone.
By the way, Arthur, if we talk about the Browns franchise and the franchise only, now I've never been a huge fan of Cleveland since 1986. However, the drive killed me. The fumble killed me. I was 100% pulling for them against Elway. When they left Cleveland, it was a sad day for the NFL. I hated Art Modell, even though I'm not a Browns fan. I love the dog pound. I love everything that Paul Brown started with the Browns. It is what the NFL is, right? The Browns. Yeah. So while I may hate on Deshaun Watson, I pull for the fans of the Browns. If there's any way that the Browns can win without Deshaun Watson, I'm there. However, if we're talking about Deshaun Watson as a player, I'm still not convinced. Still not convinced. I think that Houston was a great spot for him. He had some good wide receivers. He had a play caller in Bill O'Brien that you can see now in New England has completely changed Mac's play. Bill O'Brien, love him or hate him as a GM, was a great offensive coordinator, or is a great offensive coordinator. And I think that had a lot to do with Deshaun's success. I'm hoping that the Browns are able to unlock him. So far, they haven't. That if they don't, the Browns are going to feel the effects in a few years.
Oh, massively. Massively. Financially.
Even if they unlock him, they're gonna feel the pinch in a couple of years. It's inevitable, but
you
unfortunately
say
for Brown. Go on, back.
But you look at since he's had his contract, Lamar's got a big contract, Joe Burrow's got a big contract. I don't think Patrick Holmes, anyone needs to question his contract because he's got 2 rings. But other people have had money spent on them, if that makes sense.
So let me ask you, Arthur. Last question before we sign out, and we'll make it under an hour today. Are you buying or selling the Haslam family as an owner?
Oh, I'm buying.
He's got some beef with the fucking Browns.
I'm buying
You're
because, I think they've put their trust in Andrew Berry as a GM, who's put his trust in Kev Stefanski. Right or wrong, a lot of people, again, he's a divisive character. Bbut what was it, 2-3 seasons ago when they got to the playoffs and destroyed Big Ben, when he was crying on the sidelines because of the Browns? That was
not
always
a big
nice.
fan. Not a big fan.
But
you know what? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The one thing as a Brown we need a roof on the dog pound, because let's be honest, that weather's horrendous.
The dog pound should never have a roof. Maybe the rest of the stadium, but the dog pound should always be outside in the snow, the rain, everything. Now, hey, last week I said the Chargers are the Cowboys of the AFC. The Haslam is the Jerry Jones of the AFC. He wants to be a 3-time Super Bowl winner. He will never win the Super Bowl as long as he is the owner. I love the Browns as a franchise. They're in the wrong direction. With that, Batch, last words, my friend. If you can call me a friend.
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woof, woof.
Pez, any last words? As hey, your wife.
Yeah. Hopefully she's still asleep and she's not going to hit me around the head when I walk out of this room, but we'll find out in a minute. One for you, Kelly. How are you going to feel after winning 40-0 against the Giants? That you're playing another New York team and you're going to get beat by 1 point by Zach Wilson. How are you going to feel about that? You're like, we're going to do them. We're going to destroy them.
Every time the Cowboys will dominate the game, 100%. Special teams, offense, defense, dominating. But then we will lose it in the last 5 minutes. 100%. Mark it down. The Cowboys are going to lose because that's what we do. That's what we do.
Is that your method? Is that your method to success this season for the Cowboys? You say they're going to lose on this live every single week, and they make it to the Super Bowl, and he goes, "We're going to win," and then they lose.
Well, the Cowboys have only done one thing for me in the last 27 years. Let me down.
Oh, let's not talk about mediocrity and being let down.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're a Browns fan.
Exactly.
Hey, you know the only thing better than being a Browns fan? Oh, wait. The only thing worse than being a Browns fan?
Being a Steelers fan?
Bengals.
Bengals? Ooh.
I mean, at least they make the Super Bowl. And lose
Bengals do.
times.
Bengals do.
Hey, you never have to have the pain to lose the Super Bowl. Imagine how much worse that would be. John Elway saved you that pain.
Don't. Just don't. Just don't.
All right,
But
Johnny.
before the Super Bowl,
last
though.
words, my man. Jets. I see you there.
No, I couldn't resist that one after Pez. I do feel sorry for Arthur having to put up with all that abuse for the last 5 minutes. As a commissioner for the league, I do not hold to what he says. I'm pretty neutral, apart from when it comes against the Dallas and the Eagles.
So your lock of the week is who? Who's your lock of the week?
I can't mind. 49ers.
Your underdog of the week.
The Ravens. It was close between Green Bay and the Ravens, but Bengals are actually favourite to win that game, so I'll go for the Ravens because Lamar can't play any worse than he did last week.
Lamar. I should have asked, are you buying or selling Lamar? Yeah, maybe next week.
Well, I think I've only got.
We
him
will
in
do
about
next
2
week
weeks,
when he has a stinker.
so,
Yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Batch, I got to say, you're awesome today. I appreciate
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. I love having you here. Your Pez, as always, the beard is meticulous. Your head is shiny. I love it. Johnny, the producing in the background, without a doubt, wonderful. I appreciate it, mate. And for me, I'm out. Later.
See you later.